brand and the digital teams to come together.
How do you find that right balance? I always say, before you capture the demand, you need to generate it. Don't ever come to me and give me how many hours you spend, how many meetings you attend.
Yeah, of course. It's not about that.
You tell me the results.
If you're doing that many different rounds and not cracking it, there's obviously something.
And again, sorry for my agency friends.
No, it's fine. It's very true though.
And I need your thirst for excellence and winning.
Hey guys, it's Jack Johnson, one of the hosts of the Digital Cheesecake podcast. Thank you so much for listening. I was hoping if you could like and share our podcast, that would be absolutely amazing. The more you do that, the more we get awareness of our podcast. And thank you so much.
Well, welcome back to Digital Cheesecake. Today we've got Nikos. We're really excited. I guess we've talked briefly, slightly on LinkedIn, but I think your background's super interesting from a CMO position. You've gone from McKinsey, then you've gone to Samsung and now Electrolux. I know there's all these jobs in between, but some really interesting roles. Can we probably just start from the start, I guess, maybe? Like even from McKinsey side to, I mean, you can go to where you are now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, tell us.
Thank you so much for having me
excited.
here. I'm Nikos.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. If you haven't figured that out, I'm Greek from my accent.
Yeah.
At least it's very articulate.
Yeah, true.
For the past 15, 20 years, I've been building brands at global scale. Originally studied engineering for 5 years before doing my MBA for 2 years. I started my career at McKinsey.
Where did you do your MBA?
Harvard Business School.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was it difficult?
I think it was more difficult to get in.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I think so.
Imagine.
And of course, the experience there was very intense. And transformative, but you get so much support from your peers, from the amazing professors that you are so motivated. So that's not the easy.
Nice.
That's not the difficult part.
Yeah, because I was going to say, is it highly competitive kind of environment or actually very supportive?
Yeah, it's interesting.
It is highly competitive in general in North America.
Yeah,
not
it
only
is
in
like that.
education, but in business as well. The attitude, the culture is very, very competitive.
Yes.
And many American companies actually have this up or out mentality.
Yeah.
They follow the natural curve in terms of performance.
Yeah.
That there always needs to be a 10% of top performers.
Correct.
A 10% of underperformers. The rest are meeting expectations.
Yes. Yeah.
If you look at more traditional legacy European companies and systems, they tend to be a little bit more soft on the performance.
It's intense
evaluation.
over there, isn't it? Okay.
So amazing experience, transformative.
Yeah.
Started my career, privileged to start at McKinsey, and then I soon realized my love for brand building and marketing, and I decided to go in the best marketing school in the world, which is P&G, Procter & Gamble.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think Ellie, you missed that earlier.
I know, I'm so sorry.
No worries, no worries. But that was actually one of the most amazing marketing
Was it?
experience.
Yeah.
That's a good trading ground, isn't it?
It
P&G.
is an amazing because you actually get from day one.
Yeah.
It's not just a recruiting brand advertising trick, but you get responsibility. You might have a small scope, but you lead end to end the brand.
Great.
That's good.
Finance, sales, you make the decisions.
Oh, that's
and
good.
that gives you ownership and accountability.
Yeah.
You're not the coloring department if
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
in marketing there. As some
Yeah, I
people
like that.
some people
Think
say.
that, yeah.
Yeah, I worked in mainly one key brand, Brown. Brown Gillette from
Yes,
P&G Grooming,
yeah.
and a little bit at Crest Oral-B in oral care.
Yeah.
Fantastic brands. After a little bit more than 5 years, I moved to Korea. Samsung.
Oh,
Go.
wow. How was that?
Wow.
That would have been so different
Yeah.
from your...
It was very different, very exciting. I was hearing a lot of things. Oh, working in Asia is more intense. The working culture is more different. They were right.
Yeah.
They were actually right, but it was such an experience. But it was not for everyone.
Yeah,
because
fair
it's so different. If you're not up for a huge cultural, personal
Change.
shock and
Yeah.
change, it might not be for you.
Yeah.
But the scale, the company, the capabilities, the legacy, the growth, the ambition.
So amazing.
Oh,
Wow.
it was amazing. And of course, Samsung is an amazing company. I stayed in Korea almost 6 years. around COVID
Wow. Did you like
time.
living in Korea?
Oh, in COVID time.
Well, I adjusted. I didn't expect to stay for 5-6
Yeah,
years.
that's
Did you
but
learn the
time.
language?
I barely, I would say from 0 to 5, my level was 1.
Was that hard though?
It is hard because it's a different alphabet, a different system. But
Was that hard with your career, like not knowing the language, or they're okay?
I think it helps a lot if you know
Yeah.
the language.
Yeah.
When I started learning how to read, how to say a few Korean words, I think I could see also from my peers like the excitement. Like,
Oh,
okay,
yeah, fair
you are
enough.
one of us now.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Or
love that.
to put it differently, you earn the trust. You come closer to somebody.
Yeah.
And I think if I change to one single thing would be to learn Korean much
Nice.
earlier and much better.
It's hard to know forecast that. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. And hard to do that
Hard to
during
do
the
that, but
time.
it's amazing, and I think
Yeah.
culture plays such a big role in everything, in marketing, in brand building, in
Yeah.
forming relationships, speaking one's language. I think it's the most important thing to connect.
Yeah.
Look at us.
Yeah.
We come from different parts of England.
Which is what I love about
probably,
marketing.
but,
You're right.
I come from Greece now, but English, the language is what connects us. So what I loved about living and working in Korea was culture was happening at that time.
Yeah.
Think about it for a second. I moved there end of 2015, early 2016. That was the rise of K-pop. That
yeah,
was
true,
the
yeah.
rise
Wow.
of
Yeah.
Samsung Electronics as a brand. It was number 17th at Indie Brand Rankings.
Yeah.
It has
Really?
skyrocketed to number 5 now for
Oh,
5
wow.
years in a row.
So K-pop helped Samsung.
I think it's the
It's
ecosystem of
changeable, yeah.
everything.
That's cool, isn't it?
Korean
That's
became
interesting.
relevant.
Yes. Yeah.
True.
And I remember discussions we had with our North America team, how proud or how extroverts we should be as being a Korean brand versus an international
How
brand.
interesting, though. That's amazing to
Yeah,
do that.
yeah, and actually it was super relevant.
Yeah.
And I do remember a campaign of the mobile division did to launch the foldable phones,
those are good.
and going with out of home with Hangul characters, the Korean alphabet.
Yeah.
In Place Vendôme in Paris.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Nobody would speak Korean, but we take pride on that.
Yeah.
And that became relevant. So if there is something strong culturally, it can travel. And you saw Parasite winning the first
Yes, that's true.
Oscar as the
Oscar,
best
yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
Blackpink, BTS. You saw what happened on Netflix with Squid Game.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
True.
And of course,
So
in
interesting.
fashion and technology, you see these things.
And
Yeah.
Korean skincare. is-
Korean skincare,
Korean
yeah.
skincare.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just gone.
Yeah, that's gone.
Isn't it
It's something
interesting
new
how
and
it all
exciting.
interlinks and
Yeah.
it helps each other to grow globally?
I
Isn't it
know.
crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They've taken
absolutely.
over the skincare
Wow.
game, for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay, and then Samsung to now. Oh,
So
sorry.
After
that, yeah.
9 years at Samsung, a great opportunity came to lead brand and marketing for the Electrolux Group,
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
Swedish manufacturer, one of the biggest appliance manufacturers in the world for more than 100 years. So
Wow.
in 2024, I took the CMO role there and led brands like Electrolux, AG, Westinghouse, and so on for the world.
How many brands
Love that.
is under the mix?
They have a portfolio of more than 17 brands, but the 3-4 A brands are the ones I mentioned, plus Frigidaire in North America.
Yeah. Wow. And how many in the team you said you manage? I think it's pretty big, a big team you've got.
I mean, the company has 30,000 employees.
That's a lot.
In marketing department is around 500, 600.
Wow.
and
marketing.
what? And how did you go
big
from
team.
scaling that to going from? Was it? I mean, I guess you're in a different role, obviously in Samsung, but now you've scaled into this. How do you even manage that scale of a team?
Well, I think for every CMO, the job of a CMO is very simple. 3 things. It can be difficult, of course, but I
Yeah.
think
I'm like, that sounds very simple.
Let's
if
simplify.
you distill it, first of all, you need to set the direction and the vision for the brand. That's actually very, very important. Then one of the most critical tasks is to hire exceptionally and have a
Yes.
super strong team.
Yep.
Yeah, we
Because
know a
it's
bit about
impossible
that.
to do everything yourself. You lead through others. It's
Yeah.
the team that delivers. So you need to invest in that relationship. You need to invest in the talent. And I've been privileged to work in companies and organizations that hire exceptional talent.
Nice, that's good.
Thirdly, And I think that's where most people struggle. That's where you need to have as low as possible is ego. Have low ego and
Yeah.
listen. Learn from the
100%
people.
low ego.
Learn from your
There's
team.
a lot of big egos out there in the CMO space.
Do you think? At
I
CMO?
think so. I think the ones that you meet that are humble is
Yeah.
really refreshing.
Yeah.
You know? I've
It's
just
just
met
in
you,
business,
but
really. It's just in business. There's a lot of egos, isn't there?
Yeah, that's true. I suppose at different levels, but I always think it kind of peters out a bit at CMO level because you go through like the kind of
The
hard
nicest
slog to
people
get
we
there.
speak to are the most senior, really,
Yeah,
aren't they? Like all the
100%.
CMOs and business owners. for
Yeah,
the most
definitely.
I think it, anyone who thinks that they know a market, a consumer,
yeah.
better
Exactly.
than people in the markets of the organizations, I think she or he is mistaken.
Yeah. Yeah.
Correct. Love it.
You need to listen. And one of the biggest and more frequent challenges I see and experience, either talking to friends, colleagues, previous peers, the global versus local debate.
Yeah.
It's HQ versus the local markets. And how do you balance that?
Yeah.
Do you centralize every single decision, press a button and execute? Look how Apple is doing. They don't allow any intervention or you give total freedom, every market on their own. So finding that right balance is key.
Yeah.
And I think I had it in a previous company, it was PE backed, and they hired such strong performers locally that they wanted to control it. So it's
Absolutely.
quite hard when you've got strong performers, but then you say go lead a market, but actually don't lead the market because we're going to, so it's
That's a
like
hard
it's
decision to
really
manage.
hard.
It's a hard
Yeah.
decision.
Yeah.
And I'll give you another example. Any brand, I don't want to name any particular employer, but North America, UK, Australia, super big markets.
Yeah, they're big.
Full of talent,
Yes.
full of marketing talent.
Yeah.
As we speak, they're some of the most brilliant marketeers out there, and most likely some of them are taking the head of marketing for North America, head of
Correct.
marketing for the UK. Lots of energy and experience. You can't limit these people by
I mean,
saying,
so true.
Yeah.
take our toolkit, execute it.
Yeah.
So my approach is, okay, global central teams have one key role. Set the tone. Define what the brand is,
True.
right? Define what it represents, the core strategy. But then the local marketing heads need to activate it, amplify it, translate it, give the local nuance, the local cultural nuance to make it culturally relevant in the local environment.
I totally agree. Yeah.
So you need this effective collaboration.
It comes down to the right people. doesn't
Forget
it?
the egos. Listen. Be humble. And if it's needed, co-develop.
Yeah.
So what I've been doing, what I did at Samsung, what we did at Electrolux was we drop the walls, come all together, sit at the table. What could work for all of us?
Yeah.
Let's agree together where we can localize when we keep the consistency.
Yeah.
And how to do that.
Yeah,
I
like
think
that.
that's a good.
tough
That's an
one.
awesome
Yeah.
one because it doesn't. I've seen businesses that can't get it right, and there's a fight. Which I think, how do you even get the? We always have this one, the brand and the digital teams to
Yeah,
come
we talked
together.
about that,
Have you
right,
found that a challenge? And
A challenge. Every collaboration, every big groups of teams that need to come together, it's a challenge for logistical purposes.
Yeah.
A lot of times you might see, a debate between how much we invest in brand marketing versus performance marketing. How do we find the right balance?
Yeah.
yeah,
With performance marketing having clear algorithms, short-term
Yeah.
results that you
Yeah.
can quantify,
Yeah.
and it's the best friend of any CFO, right?
correct.
Yeah.
But brand marketing and brand building is more of a slow burn. So how do you find that right balance? I always say before you capture the demand, you need to generate it, and these two things need to work hand in
Together
hand.
for sure.
And there are super smart models and leaders who have come up with amazing attribution models, MMMs, A/B testing that can crack the code. But you
Yeah.
need both. You don't need either or. You
Yeah.
need
Yeah,
both,
we talk about that a lot.
in parallel.
Yep.
I think digital is a tool. Digital capabilities are absolutely needed. But the craft of brand building, creating a brand from scratch or evolving it or creating inspirational campaigns will always be needed. And the digital
Always,
brings
yeah.
the tools
Yeah.
to communicate that and get in touch with the consumers where they are.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
way of putting it, I think. That just kind of makes it concise, doesn't
Yeah.
it? With what we kind of mention all the time.
Yeah.
What I
mean,
always think about a CMO, so you're the CMO for Electrolux or for any other business, and you're looking after 500 people or looking after a massive team, digital brand, and basically you're by yourself, you know? You're by yourself. So how do you keep yourself organized, motivated? How do you set yourself up for success on a daily basis? Because you're going into work having to be the best version of yourself for everyone else. So how
Yeah,
do you...
and same.
You mentioned marathons, so that's one of it, the health and wellness side of things. But
Yeah.
what is your mentality going in every day and to be successul? Because you want
Yeah.
to be successful. So
And by any means, I'm not claiming I'm doing a good job in managing that.
there we go. Love it.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm always learning.
yeah,
Yeah.
And the part that you're touching upon is one of the most important things. How to manage your energy,
Yeah.
how to be your best self for your team.
yeah,
The team relies on you for direction, for support.
Yeah.
You are the greatest champion of them. So you need to be able to bring your best self. So starting with health and wellness, I think that's absolutely necessary. When I picked up this job, I quit alcohol. I
Nice.
wasn't drinking.
yeah.
Yeah.
This job or marketing in general?
No, I mean this big job.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to ensure my sleep is perfect.
Yeah.
I was only
hard,
drinking
yeah.
socially, like.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
a lot of your
Like
work
once
is,
a week type of thing.
Yeah.
Yes, but your work doesn't stop when the office stops. After
Yeah.
work, most likely 3-4 nights a week, I am meeting with partner agencies. You might go for a dinner to discuss, have a little bit more
Yeah.
time. If you take a glass of wine here and there, then it becomes
It's-
unsustainable.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
I
Slows you
drew a
down.
line and I said,
Nice.
you know what? I'm gonna aim for 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
Zero alcohol, proper exercise.
Yeah.
I think I've managed the first 2. The third one, because you always have I was supposed to go for a run or I
Yeah.
was supposed
Yeah,
to do
it's
some
fine.
strength training. I did
Cold outside.
It's cold
Yeah.
outside, exactly.
Sometimes
And
you need a
dark.
rest
Training.
day.
Yeah, you do need rest days.
You need
And
rest
dark.
days.
But let me tell you something. I do run. I do run a lot.
Yeah.
I try to run 50 to 80 kilometers per week. I don't know what's the miles
Yeah, I was
conversion.
trying to
No, that-
figure
for me,
it
I'm
out.
Colombian.
That's well over
Like,
the average. That's really good.
30, 40 miles
Oh,
a week.
that's a lot of miles.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a
nice.
lot. Of miles.
That always helps me clear my mind
Yeah.
and releases a lot of
Yeah.
energy.
Same for me going for
Yeah?
the
Are
runs.
you also a runner?
I run exercise every day. If I don't have it, I
That's
can
your
feel
thing.
it.
You can
yeah.
feel it.
I need a day off, but I just love it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, they have there is a thing, the runner's high.
Yeah.
If you run more than 40 minutes, if you go to the gym, you hit the gym, you have this feeling of euphoria after
Yeah.
exercise. That already
the
sets
euphoria
you up.
for me, for sure, in the
Yeah.
morning, which is why I get confused. People do it at nighttime. Are you in the morning or at night?
I prefer morning.
I don't know how people do nighttime. I'm like, because it sets me up for the day.
Yeah.
You know?
I
Yeah, I
am,
suppose it's times, isn't it?
It's
Like,
the Brits
people
love
have-
it. The Brits love the
yeah,
nighttime.
people have so much stuff in the morning as well, like people getting kids off to school and et cetera, et cetera. So life can get in the way. I think,
as
people
long as
need
you
to
got
not
that
put-
time for yourself in the morning, it's
Yeah,
nice.
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
For me, if I don't run in the morning, then I have it in my mind.
Same.
I need to go run. I need
Yeah,
to go
you
run.
have to do it, yeah.
And then it becomes a chore.
I agree.
Oh, yeah.
I'm the
shouldn't.
same.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you just need to get it
I mean,
done.
I found myself many times. I'm working on it. Waking up, grabbing my phone. Okay, what? No, forget about that.
Yeah.
Ditch
that's
the
I've
phone.
got to have to
Thing.
ditch the phone in the
Ditch
morning.
the phone.
Yeah.
Prepare your running clothes and gear from the night before. Get up.
I feel like it got some process. Yeah.
Go run. Do the shower after the run, even for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Quick run, 5K. Go. Then you're ready.
Yeah.
Then I can stay until late.
The difference
Yeah.
between not touching that phone, you wake up and touch it, don't you, straight away?
Straight away.
I
think
have
it's
to. I
already
have to
on
have
Jack's
I
ear.
can't because I've got to. I'll meditate, and it's so close to pressing a message.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
No.
I can't. The difference between my day of touching it is, and then going for the run, it's great, and then I can read my messages after. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
It's really hard though to have that break to not do it.
Absolutely. Back to your original question then.
Yes.
How do you manage and
Yeah.
do all of this? You need, so the health and wellness part,
Yeah.
we covered that. Secondly, I think you need strong peers. You need to learn how to delegate.
Yes.
How to
Yes.
trust your
Difficult,
peers.
yeah.
You probably need a very strong assistant, EA, PA, and a strong team that they are very clear. Most importantly, I think you need proper communication, understanding the culture of the company you go, because that's the contract you have with your team, the ways of working, how we're gonna do this.
Because each one's very different. P&G.
Each one is different.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. In Korea,
what's their work culture like? Is it very much like?
It's very demanding.
Yeah.
It's very demanding. But at the same time, you need to keep in mind, Samsung, 20-25% of the GDP of the 10th biggest economy.
Oh
in the
yes,
world.
it is. Yeah. That's crazy, isn't it?
We are talking about an institution.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And this country grew with companies, with the chaebols like Samsung and LG and the others after the war. They used to be totally distracted countries, and they managed to have exceptional growth. And not only Korea, Japan, China,
Asia.
they have an amazing winning mindset. There's no place for number two. It's only place number one.
So it's very American in some
yeah,
ways.
it sounds like it.
Even more.
I
Even
bet you
more.
it's even more.
Right.
Even more.
So ruthless.
It'd be like that in the family situation as well as like,
It can become as ruthless as you want it to be. I wouldn't call that, it's a big word, but I would definitely say it's competitive, and they all have a winning mindset. Let's take another industry, auto industry. Look what is happening right now with the Chinese brands. Right now there are more than 70 Chinese brands, and some of the European brands in the sector are struggling. And of course, they have a lot of resources, but they also have this desire to win. Now, I think every leader, in the company I worked at Samsung, the company in HR was exceptional because they've put systems in place to protect the wellness of the employees.
Yeah, that's good.
And they institutionalized family days where you have, the senior leaders were asking people to leave the office at the time because culturally people would wait until their leader leaves. This is changing.
That's good.
They've changed a lot. But there are many, many more companies.
Of course.
If I could give a description, working in Asia is like people live to work versus working to live. Which matches more my lifestyle, my culture from Southern Europe, but I see Northern Europe as well, especially in Scandinavia. Work-life balance is one of the most important values.
They have a half day off on a Friday, don't they? Or is that Denmark? Is that Denmark?
I think it might depend, but
the UK I think is a bit more flexible here.
It's more flexible,
much more flexible.
But if somebody leaves
Australia
at
is not the
3:30,
case.
4 p.m. to go pick up their kids, that's not only acceptable, this is encouraged, and I think this is very
100%.
healthy.
Australia is not that way. It is like
What's it like? Is that very much go,
6 a.m. go all the time and work till later.
Well, the sun's up at 6,
I think it's
isn't
the
it?
farming
So-
culture of when they start. It's it's a young country. It's a farming
be.
culture. It's like the work ethic. It's intense though.
Similar to North
Very
America as
competitive
well,
in Sydney. Yeah.
I think the key is to you should. I mean, we all live for our lives, right? I think we need to find the right balance. Know the context where we're operating, and within that context, be the best version of ourselves. And then you can make choices. Well, I prioritize here. I delegate this. I choose not to play here. The worst thing someone can do is I want everything. And I've seen that in leaders many times saying I want this, I want this, I want this. Okay.
And they burn out.
There's burnout.
And that's about
What is the choice we're making? What are we not gonna do? And that is the foundation of strategy. It's the I heard it recently. Strategy is the art of sacrifice. What you choose not to do.
That's an interesting way of putting it.
It's equally important as what you choose to do.
Yeah, agree.
I like that.
Very interesting. We always like the wise words on here.
We do, yeah, we do. And I was
I'm not claiming the ownership of that, but
yeah,
I
like
heard
that
it.
way.
Yeah.
To look at things. So with your vast experience then, has there ever been a role where you've been a bit intimidated by it or a bit worried about it?
Oh, every new role.
Yeah.
every new role, new role. But I think the excitement for what you can do,
Takes
if
over.
that is bigger than the fear, it's worth it.
It's worth it.
And I spent actually a year in the special forces in Greece.
Wow.
Military service is
When?
mandatory.
Oh,
After
it's
college,
mandatory.
before my MBA.
Did you enjoy it?
Parts of it.
Yeah.
I did
Wow.
not enjoy the lack of sleep because
gosh,
you need to do drills,
Yeah.
you need to have service during night. And I chose to do it on the special forces, so you get some meaningful training.
yeah.
Is it as intense as it seems?
It is.
Yeah.
It is the equivalent in the UK. It will be the SAS,
Yeah,
Green
yeah,
Berets
yeah.
in Greece.
Wow.
Lots of shouting
Yeah.
from what we see on TV.
Yeah, I mean it's physically and mentally
Yeah.
demanding because you change your routine, you change your sleeping patterns. There are some intense requirements. Nothing out of scope, but it is definitely different.
Challenging,
So
yeah.
that was fearful, and I remember myself the day I went there. I mean, I'm fit, but no way close to really fit and the strong man
Strength.
you were.
Yeah.
But I found out that being mentally strong is way more important. And I remember a general we had told every one of us, if you commit to trust me and build this relationship, I guarantee you will not face any physical challenge. I will train you to be able to withstand the duration of your service. But you need to have high morale, you need to trust me, and I need your thirst for excellence and winning. And that, I still keep it. And that was it.
Yeah. So you
It
learn
doesn't
that.
matter, no matter how big the mountain is, one step at a time, good teamwork. You should never go alone.
Yeah.
You should never think you are able to solve a problem by yourself.
Yeah, agreed.
Trust, listen, hire excellently, and then sky's the limit.
How do you hire excellently? So do you have a process or certain questions that you want to ask people that come through the door, certain stages that you want to put in and task?
Yeah, you say excellent staff. How do you?
You mentioned it a
Hard
few
to find
times.
the
So how do you,
unicorns.
because that's the thing, in order for
Identify
you to
good
be
people.
successful, you need people to help you. So
Yeah.
how do you do that?
Okay, we're getting into recruiting mode now. I
way
think I've been fortunate to go through some of the most intense recruiting processes. One was for Harvard Business School.
Yeah.
To get into there, where they look at you not as a student, but holistically as a future leader who can make a positive difference in the world.
Okay.
When you enter McKinsey, of course, it's even tougher to get into
Yeah.
these kind of
Yeah.
companies. BCG, Bain, they use the same systems. They're equally good and demanding. So you do the case study, the case study method, where, good resume, you made it, but now prove yourself.
Yeah.
Crack a case. There's no right or wrong answer. You need to problem solve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Problem solving. So you need to demonstrate your ability to crack a problem, organize your thought, communicate it efficiently, and do that. So I do believe case studies during interviewing, during recruiting is a good way to assess the capabilities of somebody.
Yeah.
And also their communication skills, which is excellent. P&G uses similar method of interviewing. At Samsung, I went through a similar process. Electrolux also, for senior leaders, they do apply a robust process. So I think these big companies there is a reason they are big and they are around for 50, 100 years.
Yeah. How much does personality come into play though when you are choosing your team? Because we talk about that a lot.
Skill set versus personality.
Exactly, and personality.
It's tough in marketing. Not everyone
Mm.
passes those kind of like skill tests because they're
Exactly.
also an emotional
Because some are
piece.
extroverts, some people are more introverted.
Yeah, and you need that balance as well.
Yeah.
You need that balance, and
Yeah.
that shouldn't play any role. So style, personality, as
You don't
diverse as possible. So I actually encourage and try to build diverse teams for the diversity of thought.
Yeah,
If there
nice.
is any place where you need diversity of thoughts, it's marketing, unless
Agreed.
you are a local brand serving a specific niche in a certain market.
Yeah.
And you need to think like, but such a thing doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So I like to hire for attitude and train for skill.
Okay.
Meaning, I don't care if somebody comes and doesn't know about digital marketing.
Yeah.
Because
Teach.
we can train them.
Correct. That's what I always
Right?
say. You can train.
Ellie always does say
But
that.
if that person doesn't have the right attitude, the willingness, the humility,
The willingness
the
is
openness, the collaboration, sometimes even the vulnerability to learn and hear, then it might not be a good match.
Correct. That
makes
Because as we're building teams, as I'm building teams, I want to form these relationships, these professional relationships of mutual trust and codependence on tackling some of the world's business most competitive challenges.
Yeah, I like that. So it's
I
less
agree.
about
I think
personality,
it's
more
really
about
good.
attitude. and
Exactly.
aptitude,
It's the
yeah.
attitude.
Yeah.
It's the
want
collaboration,
to.
the humility, the
Collaboration
willingness
is,
Yeah.
we've got
willingness to
that.
listen, willingness to learn, aside the proven ability of delivering. But if there is, let's say, but this person didn't have a global role, or
Yeah.
this person hasn't demonstrated performance marketing. If I'm hiring for a digital lead, you know what? I'm sure we have tons of agencies,
That can do that,
partners,
yeah.
and
Correct.
team members that can do that.
Correct.
That's not what I'm looking for.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more. That's what I think is really some of the best hires are based on those people and the attitude.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. And you can train. Yeah, I agree. Like you completely train as long as you give them the right support.
Yeah. And it's just balancing that as well, though. How do you kind of balance leading just so many people and trying not to take on, their kind of stuff as well? 'Cause I
Like
suppose-
HR
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
I mean, of course, HR from a perspective not of processes, but giving you the context, the background,
Yeah.
supporting you.
Yes.
Everyone has individual needs. Every one of
Yeah.
us in our workplaces have some unique circumstances.
Yeah.
Everyone,
Exactly.
and that's
Exactly.
absolutely normal. I'd love to know each one personally. What keeps them awake at night? Meaning, what's the background
Yeah, what's
that
the
I
drive?
need to be
Yeah.
aware, that I can keep in mind, that I can support them in the best possible way. Could be something very simple like logistics, that this person needs to leave every day at 3 p.m. because there is a challenging situation at
Yeah.
home. I don't need to know the situation at home. I
Yeah.
trust the people, but I need to be aware that 2 hours every day they might need to,
Go.
Be somewhere
to
else.
go
yeah.
and be somewhere
Yeah.
else. And I know that I don't care where people work from, honestly.
Yeah.
Of course,
Same.
I respect the
Same.
policy of
Yeah.
of every institution, and I will always be supportive of that. Me personally, I don't care. I trust the people. They are
Yeah, as
gonna
long as you trust them.
deliver. Why?
Yeah.
Because my previous leaders had trusted me.
Yeah.
When I needed to be somewhere else, when I needed to go back to my home country for 2 weeks for personal reasons, they didn't care if I
Yeah.
was working from there or from somewhere else. Of course, we need, again, to respect the local policies because
Yeah. And the
right
team
now
as
after
well.
COVID,
Yeah.
I know there were
Yeah.
a lot of
Especially in a big structure.
tax liabilities that the companies had to factor in.
Yeah.
Absolutely respectable, but life is above work.
Yeah.
So if I can do something to protect my team and shield them, I will always do that.
Yeah.
So I
Agreed.
need to know, and HR sometimes can help you with that.
Yeah. No, that's good.
I've heard in other places, in other workplaces, people making requests to HR and that have been waiting
Yeah.
for 2, 3, 4 months and no response. We shouldn't.
We shouldn't. Agreed.
We shouldn't.
A lot of leaders find it difficult if they're launching into new global markets, so new territories, new cluster of territories. So you've managed loads of countries and territories. So for a CMO who's doing that for the first time, but also inheriting a team which is looking after maybe over 150 countries, how do you stay relevant in each of those countries? Because each consumer is very different, aren't they?
You need to have a super strong relationship and trust your local market heads. They know the best way of how to articulate the brand, the global brand you've built in their local markets. You need empowered local marketing director heads, VPs, depending on the size of the market, where they can execute with excellence.
Agreed, with excellence.
But at the same time, you need a very clearly articulated strategy.
Correct.
Brand,
the tone.
tone. You need to agree on what are the core assets we keep, we protect, and we remain, and what's our strategy. Again, and you need that dialogue. The worst thing that can happen is markets going rogue.
Correct.
And doing their own thing.
The respect it's both ways.
It's both ways.
Yeah.
It's both ways.
I think it's a good way to lead. I've had that where it's just been so disconnected in previous big structures. And I think it's such a humble way of putting it. It needs to go both ways, but also if you don't trust the team.
Yeah.
That's the big...
Because you have to trust them a lot, especially being in the local markets. Because I do love being in a team and working with a team, and you do need that face-to-face time. I think that is imperative because you can't form that relationship otherwise.
You cannot.
And
I think we need to be ready to accept that there will be disagreements.
Yeah, definitely.
There will be disagreements.
For sure.
There has to be. Sometimes there just has to be because everyone has their own thought process as well.
And we can always agree to disagree.
Yeah.
But we need to have a process. We need to have a culture of using disagreement, creative disagreement, to come closer.
Yeah.
And understand each other more.
So I know we keep going for time. I think we've only got like 10 minutes left.
Yeah.
So I've got lots of
Still
questions.
wrapping up soon,
But so you talked about, agency, a bit of a mix of agencies. What are your thoughts for next year? Really what you're preparing for with in-house versus agency?
Any brand, any organization that can afford an in-house creative team, agency, production studio, Samsung had a Gen Z lab, for example. They're privileged.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I do think there is a role for external agencies.
Yeah.
It's impossible to get the creative horsepower you can get in-house.
And
so
to keep
those
upskilling.
agencies are amazing, and I've been lucky to have worked with most of the biggest agencies out there, and you need that. You need that. Now, for more tactical, strategic, smaller scale work, having in-house agency or studio can help you get a lot.
And scale faster, and do
Scale,
things and test.
and scale faster. It can help you with localization. It can help you with tactical assets. It can help you with cost saving. So I think a mix of both is absolutely needed. I don't need a world-class global creative agency to help me for some product images, for example.
And that's what we're seeing. We work smaller scales with teams in-house because they want that scale and to go faster.
But I need them to bring their the best creative ideas to identify that big idea.
Yeah.
Before coming up with the new, for example, brand positioning of Electrolux for Sapphire Matte or the new washing machines on wash-life balance, I reviewed like 20 different ideas and pitches from everyone. And again, I'm not married to any agency. It's always open pitch. And the folks that publishes London cracked it.
There we go.
Nice.
Of course, with a lot of guidance from us and from the teams.
But it's good to have that relationship, and we always talk about that as well. You have to guide them because,
Absolutely.
Because you guys know the brand, the most.
Yeah.
That is the hardest part.
And publicists, Leo Burnett, RGA, Ogilvy at Samsung, they also helped us do some phenomenal
They are amazing big agencies.
campaign.
Yeah. Okay.
And you need that interaction.
Yeah.
You need that external stimuli.
Yeah, if those conversations are crucial to have. I think it's hard. You've got all those big agencies in the room. And you got the respect of at least having that relationship and keeping it going. And then the final decision is tough though.
Yeah.
Because the process of who you go with. So have you refreshed them quite a lot over the years, or you've been with like brands that you've really loved or agencies you've really loved?
I've worked with many.
Yeah.
With many. And again, it's in a true meritocratic way. Best idea gets the job.
It.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
I've seen cases where somebody did a great job in one campaign. 6 months later, they didn't deliver the best idea.
It's very hard.
I like them personally.
Yeah.
But maybe we'll take a pass for somebody else.
Yeah.
Even if we had retainer, I remember.
That's interesting.
We
It
repurpose
happens.
them for something else, but
Yeah.
for the big idea, we need the best possible idea, and we shouldn't be limited to any contractual agreement. We pay for results and performance, not effort.
Okay.
So
Fair enough.
I missed a lot of Christmas cards when I told the agencies
imagine.
we're not gonna pay you for your effort. So don't ever come to me and give me how many hours you spend, how many PowerPoints, how many
of
meetings
course.
you
It's not
attended.
about that.
Just tell me the results.
Tell me,
Yeah.
believe me, if you go down in the detail in the procurement and you see, I mean, I don't care. And yeah, if I wanted to see more ideas, that's on you. You didn't crack it.
Yeah, that's
Right.
completely fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, sorry for my agency friends.
No, it's fine. It's very true though. Like it's got to be that frank conversation we have with our clients as well.
Yeah.
If you're doing that many different rounds and not cracking it, there's obviously something.
But
Yeah,
at the
something
same
is
time,
something
I'll treat
comms.
you and our teams and companies treat them as true partners.
Good. That's
True
that's
partners, not
what
vendors.
We always say that.
Exactly. Yeah, we do always say
Because we
that.
like
that.
working with our brands that they're our mates and
We are
there's
together
respect.
on this.
Exactly, not against each other.
I think there's that. It's hopefully shifting a bit more, but in the last few years, it kind of was and I think now people are like, oh, we actually need each other as much as, so I think that's a nice piece.
Yeah.
And so
I'm
for
glad.
next year, I'm sure as we come to the end of the year, some of the things that are in your mind, or the objectives or the deliverables that you really want to think about, could be one or two.
Absolutely. I'm really surprised no one dropped the AI.
I was trying to avoid it.
I was trying to
Avoid
avoid
it,
it. Yeah.
I will avoid it as well. So, because I'm pretty sure most of your listeners have heard it in many other places. But most agencies, most solutions, most leaders will think AI and say, oh, maybe you can do marketing with less money.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't need to hire that expensive, fancy
Exactly.
agency and do AI, do this creative campaign for
Yeah.
you. Well, there is a place for that.
Yeah.
But I think building communities is more important than building campaigns. Let's start with that.
Yeah.
I like
Becoming culturally relevant is equally important than driving awareness.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even more important. AI still can do that. And I say still because, let's
can.
keep a door open. But the ability to feel, understand, sense the tension, the ability of the human mind to capture these elements, see culture, understand culture, and create it is not yet replicable.
Exactly.
And in 2026 and in the future, I think this is more relevant. Brands
Yeah.
that are able not only to listen to culture, but be active in the culture and even develop it are the ones who we will win. And as a marketeer, that's what I will be looking at. I will have 5% of my time and ears to listen to the AI developments, use them where I can tactically use it, but with a lot of skepticism. Because especially for big brands, you should never rely 100% on any smart, intelligent LLM model to come up
No,
with
it should be a nice
campaign.
indicator for sure
Yeah.
in certain
You
areas.
can test, you can try, you can, absolutely, no problem. But trust the human mind or to
number
sense.
one.
And,
I think
and feel.
you made a good point when we were asking to podcast you. You said you'd rather do it in person. And I think there is, with marketing, there is such a need for human connection.
Absolutely.
Massive.
And we
of course
miss
it's
that.
important for next year AI. We talk about it even with our agency. It's a nice thing to enhance the teams and, that's great for us. But our clients want to meet us in person and they want to do things together and brainstorm together. So I think it's a nice thing to add on to our services when we're doing design work. We can use AI tools to help us, but it's not the communication with our clients is like, it needs to be in person. Hence why we do these podcasts is to like, it's the easiest way for us to meet new people.
Absolutely. And I listen to podcasts when I run. It's a way where
What's your top podcast?
Yours.
Oh,
Bingo.
that was what I wanted. Yeah.
Nice.
But does it give you a break when you listen to that podcast? Is it a work one or is it actually for pleasure when you're running with a podcast?
I mean, I do remember when I was binge watching Game of Thrones, I always went back to listen to the podcast.
Do you?
Yeah, to reflect because it was.
The commentary ones.
Yeah, the commentary, the problem.
It is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Like that show.
Yeah. I mean, that was just an example, but
Yeah,
it's a wide variety of podcasts. I listen sometimes marketing related ones, business ones, but they're just for fun of local culture. And sometimes I just listen to my favorite playlist because I want to dream and think and just
when you're running. I agree.
It depends on your mood. But the best times I get them with music, not podcasts.
Same.
Yeah.
They're the
You on
best.
Spotify?
I can imagine.
I am.
Who's your top 5 songs at the moment? Do you
Do
remember?
the raps. Did you not do your raps yet?
I did. Okay, I'll give you the top song.
This will be really helpful, actually.
It goes from Cristobal del Tabia, I think, the composer of the White Lotus opera.
Oh my God, no way!
And I was listening this on repeat.
How?
And you know, he told me that I'm the 0.0007% of top listeners.
That's so odd. The freaky theme at the start?
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
God,
Yes.
that is so funny.
Yeah, and embarrassing at the same time. Not so cool. I mean.
And you know how it tells you your age? Did you listen to the wrapped up thing?
Yeah, 31 years old.
31. Wow, mine's
Nice.
65.
I need to find mine.
I'm rock and
I was
roll.
21. A bit.
Wow.
Oh, I haven't seen mine yet. I need to do that. I need to do that.
Now, any questions before we wrap up, you two?
Covered
All
so
good.
much there.
Wow, that
Yeah,
was
thank
really
you
good
so
to have you
much.
on. But thank you very much for joining us.
Absolutely.
Was there anything you wanted to leave us with?
I mean, just a reflection
Yeah.
about the role of marketing.
Yeah.
And I think everybody who listens probably is a marketeer or very interesting into that.
Yes.
I think it's one of the coolest functions to work with.
Yeah.
And
Agreed.
you know why? Because marketing is probably one of the very, very, very few places where you can actually shape a brand and make companies, products, brands, services mean something to people.
True.
And that means that you have to understand consumers and have a lasting impact. So that is why I love marketing and brand building.
I love that.
that.
Great
Yeah,
response. Thank you.
definitely.
Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, Nikos.
Thank you so much.